Welcome to the Lock-In Podcast, episode 26, half a year. Jesus Christ, how have we got it this far? Pick up a drink. We've got ours. We're recording late on a Friday night, so we're definitely going to have a couple of drinks. But welcome back, inmates. It is an absolute pleasure. I am so glad to made it half a year. Jesus, it's really taken its time, hasn't it? How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
I'm doing good. I'm
That
sober.
felt anticlimactic.
I'm too sober. Don't worry, people. I'm gonna down this pint and we'll see how it goes.
Good. Oh yeah, you're on pints. What are you drinking? Hit it up.
I'm on Moriarty.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, and then after this, I'm working my way through that Corona crates still.
Keep going. You'll get there. I'm on vodka and Pepsi tonight.
I've run out of spirits in this house, apart from Prosecco, but I can't do Prosecco.
Yes, which we'll get onto that in just a second. But I mean, mate, where's the enthusiasm? 26. I'm really tired. I've just eaten a 3-course meal. I am stuffed. So I'm on that like fatigued state. Like,
yeah, I'm hungry. This is Sean slightly grumpy. I haven't eaten yet.
We delayed the podcast for you to eat. What happened?
Things happened.
How have you not eaten? It's 9:15.
There was no food in the house. I had to go and buy food and everything else. And I had to get dog food, and it went to shit basically. I had to dog. It's all went to crap, and I'm starving.
Oh mate, do you want to eat first before we finish on with this?
Nah, it's fine. I did buy some dough balls, but the most crunchiest things in the world.
Yeah, let's not eat that. Let's not eat on the podcast.
You know. Yeah, dough balls. The thing is, they're called dough balls. I thought, oh, that'd be nice and soft. I could just dip them into some garlic butter, and you can't smell my breath, so it's all good. So I can just be quiet. I can go away from the mics, and you can't hear me eat. Nope, they're the most crunchiest things on the planet. It's like, well, that's just. I might as well just eat crisps. Yeah,
we can make a different channel. We can make our mukbang channel later.
Oh, no, we're not doing those.
Mukbang. It has to be a gluten-free mukbang every time. How disappointing that would be. Jeez.
But you can't drink milk.
The amount. Oh my god. So all right, we went away over the weekend, and this is why the Prosecco came up. You mind? I can go straight into this story, can't I? Yeah, cool. So I think
you remember more than I do, to be fair.
Yeah. So we were going on a bottomless brunch, me and Sean, last weekend. We went over to Oxford. Really, really great. Saw a bunch of my uni mates. And Sean can't handle his Prosecco. We figured that one out really quick, as it was a Bellini and mimosa, or just Prosecco bottomless brunch, and a Bloody Mary, but I was the only one drinking those. Sean, it was funny at one point. You held a bottle of Prosecco to yourself and said, "This one's mine." It was unlimited. We could have as many as we wanted. You just refused to share one with anyone else.
Yeah, but that one was mine. I asked it for myself.
You got to a solid point in that night very quickly. You picked hard.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, I would say I'm a man. If it's not Prosecco, I'm a man who can handle his drink pretty well. Would you say, Joel?
Yeah. 100%.
It's just Prosecco. It hits me hard. It was rough. It was great, but it was rough. It was fun as well, because I don't think your uni mates have seen me that drunk ever.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Yeah. You've been on nights out with us, but yeah, you weren't ever that bevy at mine.
Well, no, because we were hanging around. There's SU and they were uni students, so there would not be any champagne or Prosecco or anything like it around.
Yeah, it was just.
Now, what uni students have Prosecco, apart from Oxford and Cambridge, maybe? But I mean, you know,
I used to drink the weird things. I remember getting a guy to order me champagne. I think we've done that before. Said that before. I got a guy to order me champagne at the uni bar before.
Yeah, I don't want why. I always thought when you told me that, and I was like, why did you? Why champagne? What everything he could order? Were you just like, I'll see, I'll ask, and I'll see if he would do it. He would. Yeah,
he was like, yo, talking to me, and I didn't know. It was like a weird flirting thing. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I can get this guy to buy me a drink, and he goes, oh, what do you want? And I knew he was loaded, and I was just like, bottle of champagne. Bought me a bottle of champagne. I just started swigging it from the bottle. It was sick in the club. I was popping bottles, mate.
Yeah. I know you can't do cheap wine.
No, rum's my killer. Dark rum is the number one that kills me.
Really?
It just wipes me out so quickly. Literally, like a few shots on the floor.
Rum's good, man. I'm good
smashed. Yeah. How's your week been anyway?
It's been a surprisingly long week.
Yeah.
Monday was fine.
Okay.
Monday was a boring Monday. I went to work. I came home. I slept. I got up again, and it was Tuesday, and I went to work.
Yeah.
Tuesday coming home.
Yeah.
Car broke down. Van broke down on the way home. Because at the moment I'm driving all the way to Heathrow. If people don't know, we live around the Essex area, so it's a kind of a...
Yeah, it's a good hour and a bit drive.
Well, it should be an hour and a bit drive.
Yeah. Hour and a half an hour and 10 in like good traffic.
Yeah.
Hour and a half in reasonable normal time.
Well, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
In the third lane of a motorway.
Yeah.
Of the M25. Just got it on the M25. Bear in mind, this is a 4 lane. This is 4 lanes at the moment, so I'm in the third lane. And going along, and the engine, the dashboard flashes up. Engine service now. Right this minute. And the engine was like, I'm going to stop.
Oh, just shut off completely?
It just shut off, and it went do. And I'm in the third lane of a motorway, and it's not safe.
Were you driving?
I actually was not driving.
Oh, thank God.
What? I'm still in the vehicle.
It's still scary. That's horrific. Well, yeah, what actually happened? Wait, who was driving and what happened after? That's mental.
The person I'm with, the colleague that I was with, I'm not going to mention any names for work reasons and everything else. They don't know. I'm telling the story. But they were driving, and the person that I was with, calm guy, he shot himself. Understandably so. If you just
100%. How quickly did you come to a stop? Like, were you rolling?
We had momentum, and we was in the fast lane, so we was going the national speed limit.
Of course you were. As all van drivers do.
Exactly. And but it was slowly going down to a stop, and eventually it literally just stopped, and we had to put the handbrake on because it was going to roll back.
Oh, damn.
And we panicked basically, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to call 999. He was like, do I call the AA? He's like, it doesn't matter what the AA can't service us here. We're in the third lane. We need to get out the third lane, and we can't do that by normal means. Normally, you just push it. If you're normally even in a normal A road or whatever it is, you just push your side so people can go around you. Yeah. This is not a normal scenario. So I was calling the police. In the midst of all that, 2 lorry drivers stopped and kind of stopped all the traffic to come through, and said, "You're blocking the traffic. We're gonna help you push your vehicle to the hard shoulder." And we were like,
"Yeah, fair.
Okay,
totally fair. Makes sense."
Yeah. The woman on the phone is like, on this point, I actually got the police on the phone. She's like, "Don't get out of the vehicle." I was like, "There's a person here. They blocked the road off. Don't get." She's yelling at me, "Don't get the vehicle. Things are happening."
I'm gonna do it.
I'm doing this.
I'm doing it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Vehicle on hard shoulder. By the way, I actually advise everyone who does break down in the middle of a motorway and they can't get to the hard shoulder, generally call 999. It's the best thing to do because traffic services will close down the vehicles and they will get to you quickly as possible.
Totally fair. Fair.
Yeah, I mean, we got lucky with 2 lorry drivers communicating and stopping and literally blocked the whole road off. No one can get past, and no one can argue with a lorry driver. No one can argue if there's a lorry blocking your road. You can't argue with it.
No one's going anywhere.
It's like, there's a lorry crossing 3 lanes. I'm stuck.
Yeah. So I mean, did you not have enough speed just to get across? Because I've had a blowout on the motorway before.
Well, the thing is, we was trying. I think he was clearly trying to, and no one was letting him go. No one. It was indicating. It was
That's
trying,
mad.
and it was clearly going slow, and people were going nah.
Yeah.
So we got to the hard shoulder. The people wanted to know certain details like registration and stuff like that. I let them know everyone's safe. They said they've alerted traffic control, which is a good thing to do anyway. You got and we just sat back and waited for the recovery. First person.
Okay. Yeah. First person. Oh God! All right, this is a great start.
First person who turns up after an hour. He turns up and he stops up.
It's long, isn't it?
It's long. Bear in mind, we're on the side of a motorway, one of the busiest motorways in England. I think all motorways in England are
pretty busy. What time was this? Was this rush hour?
At this point, it was rush hour because we left early.
Yeah. Cool, okay.
We left early because there were people had to get to places and do tests and stuff. So they left early. But at this point, it was around about 4 o'clock, 4 to half 4. I would say about this point. Lorry driver, he turns out to winches out and everything else, but he doesn't. Instead of stopping up in front of us, he stops behind us. He gets out of his vehicle. He comes up and goes, "Yeah, the AA sent me.
Yeah,
but my winch is broken."
Okay.
So we're like, right. So
do you not describe what kind of vehicle it was? Surely you did. They asked for all the details, I'm sure.
Yeah, they know what vehicle we have.
Why did he even turn up?
I don't know. But he turned up. He turned up and said, "My winch is broken. I can't take any vehicle. He can't take any vehicle. His winch is broken."
Was he just there to try and repair it? What was the point?
I don't know. But he basically went, I'll have a look anyway. So he had a look. Yeah. And he went, "Yeah, it's buggered." I went, "That's helpful." It basically he went in the vehicle, turned the key, the engine was doing its weird noise thing and everything else, and he was like, "Yep, it's not working." It's like, well, fine enough. That's why we're here. That's why we're in this scenario. This is helpful. So when I'll let the AA know, and someone else will turn up.
Yeah.
Another hour passes. Second guy turns up. His winch does work. He takes us. He's due to COVID-19 still being a thing. We can't travel in the cabin with him, so that means we have to stay in the van and travel in the van on the top of the everything else. Most bumpiest ride ever. I mean, it's most uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable, and you can't listen to the radio and everything. It's just like it's just you. It's also.
So you and your mate just sitting there bumping up and down in dead silence.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was weird, and the whole thing about it was weird. It was like the world's worst roller coaster, because as you go up, it makes the roller coaster noise and everything else. It's like, it's so. It's like. It's so weird, and it's the other thing as well. So when you stop, because of traffic and everything else, normally when you in a van, you still have to look up to the lorry driver. I can now look in the lorry driver square in the eye. It was weird, but I'm still got the van surrounding. It was a surreal experience. We got to a service station.
Yep.
And they dropped us off.
Okay.
And he was like, "Right, the AA will be with you." He says, "Unfortunately, now we're not on the motorway. We're not a priority. We're out of the way and everything else. So we're probably going to be down the list now."
Yep.
But so we ended up waiting. I think we had another 2 hours for an AA van to turn up.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, we've already waited another 2 before that.
Yeah.
So, but this service station...
There's a weird pause there. I didn't know what you were thinking.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. But it was okay, because this service station was packed to the brim with all sorts.
Oh, yeah?
I actually wrote a list of all the stores. It has a McDonald's, a KFC, a Greg's, a Tap Dry Curry, a Starbucks, Leon Natural Fast Food, Chizzo's Noodles, a Weatherspoon.
Chizzo's?
Yeah, Chizzo Noodles, something like that. Weatherspoons, El Mexicano, a Nando's, a Pizza Express, M&S Food, W.H. Smith's, and a slots machine.
All right. You had a good choice then.
Oh, I also forgot. There was also a Cornish pasty company cafe thing. It was completely it was completely nutty packed. So I ate a lot of junk food, basically.
I can imagine being hungry after a long old day.
Yeah, and then
stuck out for 5 hours.
Anyway, the AA van turns up. Turns out it was our fan belt that broke.
Okay.
That's why the car was like, "I'm not going anywhere." Mm-hmm. He said, "Oh, you can't
fan
fix."
Belt or a cam belt?
Cam belt. I think must be a cam belt. Fan belt would be fixable, wouldn't it? Cam belt.
Yeah, cam belt is that's the bad one. An engine's gone if the cam belt goes.
Mm.
Yeah.
But he was like, "No, I can't fix it here. It's got to go to the Ford garage a garage anyway." All right.
Yeah.
We kind of knew that. We were kind of like, okay, we knew he was coming here to confirm that the car's basically buggered.
Yeah.
And so we was like, okay, so we waited another hour, maybe an hour and a half for another, what do you call it? tow truck.
Yeah.
To come along. He turns up, a whole palaver about ID and everything else. Like, are you part of the AA? Yes, this is our number. It's a whole big thing and everything else. Well, one thing I did forget to mention is that we were actually parked in the bay in the service station where all the lorry drivers park up to sleep for the night.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And with this small little van and everything else, and we're parked quite far back. So every now and then, a lorry driver would come up, and they'll be like, "So, are you sleeping?" We went, "No, we're broken down." "Oh, can you move the vehicle?" "No, we're broken down. We can't move here." "Yeah, but I want to sleep here." It's like, "Yeah, but the AA know we're here.
Yeah, we need.
So we're not going to move. We got to stay. We need this spot." And they were like, and so many lorry drivers like pissed out as well. I don't care.
Yeah, I can imagine them being annoyed though. Like, I fully get that.
I understand what they're not. It's this little van thing. We're like, we broke. We can't do anything.
Yeah.
So can we just move the vehicle? It's like, well, no.
Yeah.
We're here. We're staying here.
So how long did it take to get home then? Like, how did this end? What's going
on? Eventually.
Yeah.
The tow truck said, right, he accepted that we are part of the AA.
Yeah.
And then he's going to take our vehicle. Bear in mind, this is not far from Heathrow. I think we're like literally 5 miles from Heathrow originally.
Oh, you didn't get far.
We didn't get far at all. So we're like, okay, fine. And he's like, well, you can't go in the cabin. Oh no, we said, okay, well, we'll get in the car.
And he was like,
so you can winch us up. He was like, no, you can't go in the vehicle because health and safety. We went, okay, we'll grab our masks and we'll go in the cabin. He goes, no one's allowed in the cabin.
Damn. All right. So how'd you get home?
So I was like, but we need to get your part of your service. He said, you have to get us home.
Yeah.
That's part of the service you provide. I went, no, it's not my problem. So you're part of the company. He got ridiculous. Okay. Eventually, after getting tired of arguing with the AA people, my boss turned up in his Tesla. My first Tesla experience.
Ooh, exciting! He picked you up.
Yeah, he picked us up. I could also confirm that a Tesla is a very nice car.
I like that your boss owns a Tesla as well. It's the proper boss car.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, well, you got home. What time did you get home in the end then?
11 o'clock.
Damn. Okay, so you were stuck up for a long time.
I got home 11 o'clock. Bear in mind that we normally finish work at 4.
Yeah. Damn. Well, at least you got back all right. So that was your rant of this week then. Hopefully everything else.
Oh man, right. what man? That's since then for Thursday and today. The traffic's been awful getting back. Like it's taken like 2 hours, more than 2 hours. Like today, it took 3 hours to get back.
Yeah. Damn. Actually, wait. What time did you leave today then? You were back at normal time. That's like that feels.
No, I wasn't.
You were back at like 7.
Oh.
Like you must have left at. Oh, so I guess you left at 4. Yeah. But that feels like. I guess you're in Thaden at normal time at that point. Anyway, let's get off of the rant,
if we finish at 4, it normally takes about an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
And we got back at 7.
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
That's not an hour and a half. That's 3 hours.
You just said it took 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not. It's not. It normally takes about an hour and a half. Should take about an hour and a half. It took 3.
Yeah, sorry. But you're normally in Thaden at that because normally you go home first. You actually just came in your work clothes today.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah. Sorry, I forget.
Yeah, you saw me in my disgusting.
Yeah. I didn't think you normally wear ripped trousers for you to come to the pub.
Yeah, I literally looked homeless.
Yeah.
Joel was hanging around with a homeless person in a pub, guys. It was.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's get off these rants. Jeez, let's have something more exciting.
Rant is over.
Nice. Yeah, I can't say I've done much else this week. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I had a wonderful week. I mean, my week's been pretty good. I legit have gone for walks, chilled out, applied for jobs, done a lot of exercise. I've been really, but actually, like this week, I know I said like last week, I've been like, I'm applying for jobs. So I've been really like, I don't want to play games. I felt really guilty when playing games or like wanting to stream or make videos or anything like that. Because I'm like, it's not making me money. I feel like I should get a job first. But I chilled out with a mate the other day and I was just like, he was like, no, you know what, you need to have your free time and actually feel good about yourself. And yesterday I went for this massive walk. I did exercise. I went for a run. I went for a cycle. And then I played games in the evening and I was like, I just needed that. I felt so much better. I feel so much more me. And I feel like the job application is going to flow so much easier again. It's like, I feel like I put way too much pressure on myself this whole week.
Yeah, the one thing I realised during quarantine and the period when this is going back ages ago when I was unemployed and looking for jobs and everything else, is that staying indoors and just playing video games, it really is not healthy.
No.
I mean, I don't know how people. I don't know if you're. I think they're called shut-ins. The people who do it, it becomes like a weird thing. I don't know how they do it. It's just depressing.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I was feeling guilty for playing video games. I was like, oh, I've been applying for jobs all day. Let me have a two-hour break just to play video games. And then I felt really guilty afterwards.
Yeah, but just going outside and doing a little bit of exercise. I mean, it's just like a walk around the local park or around the block.
Yeah.
Anything. Just getting away from it and just going outside or doing something else.
Makes a hell of a difference.
I think exercise is healthy. There's no excuse for it.
Yeah, no excuse not to do it. Yeah, 100%. I feel amazing for it. Like, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
And actually, I've decided I'm going to make a little redundancy vlog for my main channel. Where I'm going to do like a little once a week, like a little catch up. Because I just thought...
Don't plug your other channel on this show.
I can do what I want. It's Joel the Third. I make TikToks too. Watch me.
If you want to see cringe, something that's more cringy than this podcast, go and watch Joel's videos.
Cringe. But no, I just thought I enjoy making this and I want to make something. I want to be productive and feel like, it's going to be 2 hours of my time a week. Like, why not do it? So I'm going to do that as well. Anyway, enough of that. I have heard some cool things this week that I have wanted to talk about. I enjoyed the smaller segments of this thing. Like, I'm like, a little snappy. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I love that on the podcast. Have you know the McDonald's monopoly, right? Everyone does.
Oh, where you win prizes and stuff.
Hell yeah.
The
sales go through the...
I got really close to winning a mini and I was so upset.
That was all the greens, right?
That was all the greens. I was one away.
Everyone always is. So, the McDonald's monopoly, their sales go through the roof during it. Absolutely enormous. People love the McDonald's monopoly. I love it. I buy it way more than I normally do. Especially over at uni time. Damn, I was at McDonald's most days. There is a new documentary come out called McMillions. Between 1995 and 2001, when McDonald's monopoly started, the entire thing was rigged by the mob. They won every single top prize.
Oh, fuck them.
They rigged...
Excuse my language, but seriously, screw you.
And it's become like a big thing. They ran the marketing company that had it, so they basically got the tokens ahead of time. Then got mob people like into the McDonald's apparently to like pose as staff and be like, yeah, look, here you go, and then sold it to the mob and then put like the right ones on to give it to the people, and they just won all the big prizes, every single one of them, for 6 years.
That's just a weird thing to be like. It's such a weird theft, like heist. Is that a heist? I don't know what that is. Whatever it is, that's a weird thing to do. That's a very long-winded thing.
Well, the top prize was $1 million for one of them.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're gangsters, you're part of the mob and everything else, 1 million is not a lot, is it? I don't know.
Is 1 million?
I don't know. It depends what gang. Well, for most people, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the mob could do with an extra meal, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know nothing about that lifestyle, so I don't... I'm happy to report.
I just thought that was mad.
I know. That is mad. It feels like a very long-winded thing. I mean, I understand why they might want the cars.
Yeah, a bunch of minis. The Italian job.
Yeah.
I found that funnier than I should have. So it's a documentary called McMillions. I haven't seen it. I just heard about it and was amazed, and I was like, sick. Like, why didn't more people not know about this? So
that's a weird the thing. Do you not find that really long-winded? I find that really long-winded for like I'm going to call it a heist, but I thought like it's a weird heist. I
feel like heist films can't be done in 24 hours like we always hope they can. You know, you're like, yeah, go on, like the Ocean's 8 style or Ocean's 11, whatever it is. Oh damn, I'm in the modern world. Ocean's 8.
Yeah, no, I don't like heist films.
Oh, do you not? You're not a fan?
No, not really. I mean, I can watch them. There's a few that I go like, yes, brilliant, and then there's some that I can watch. I just the problem with it is like I know what's going to happen. I know, you know, there's the guy who comes up with the plan. There's a guy who does this. There's a guy who does this, and Rick and Morty taking the piss out of heist films is the reason why I don't like heist films. It's just that episode sums it up perfectly. Yeah. Like everything's too predictable, and everything gets trying to outdo one another. Like it's a reveal. It's like, oh, what a twist.
Yeah.
So who cares?
Hey, one of my favorite films, one of my top 5 favorite films, is a heist film, but it is different, and that's why it's fun. It's kind of cringe, huh?
What
It's called Inside Man.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Inception, which is technically a heist film, and that's pretty bad.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But no, Inside Man. It is one of my top 5 favourite films. It's phenomenal. It's...
Never seen it.
Yeah. I feel like it's underrated.
I'll check it out.
I think there's, like a law-abiding citizen as well. Is a banging film. But I don't want to say anything more about those. Those are my two of my top 5. But yeah, I would recommend both of those. Give that a watch.
When's Tenet out?
Yesterday. Thursday the 27th, I think it released. So, do you want to go see that? How do you feel about going to the cinema now?
We could do the cinema, or we could do the drive-in, because I know the drive-in is doing it. Plus, you can order food.
I don't want to sit in a car.
It's really good, though.
I don't think my car's comfy enough.
I've done it. Oh, is this you saying, oh, you want to go in my car and do it?
No, I want to go to a cinema. I like going to the cinema.
It's nice. It's still the exact same thing. It's just in a car.
How good is it to look at?
It's a big fuck off screen, Joe. What do you want? It's a big sort of screen
really
outside.
Big screen, though.
It's a really big. It's outside. How big do you want the screen to be?
How well
can I
massive. See the screen?
What, are you blind?
Yes.
I mean, it's from your car. I mean, actually, yeah, you need glasses now. You might need actually thinking about it, you might need glasses. Cinema, okay, let's go to the cinema then.
I like the cinema.
I don't mind.
I like sitting in the cinema. I like the cinema experience. I like getting popcorn. Yeah. I like sitting in my chair. I like just chilling.
Well, you can order popcorn. You can order popcorn in the drive-in.
Yeah.
You can all the stuff you can order there and more. You can order a beer. You can order chips. You can order a burger. The burger's banging.
I really, to be honest, I just don't like change that
and
much.
A cup of tea.
I like that. I think I'm quite an innovative.
Oh, you sound like such an old man.
I know. I feel like normally I'm like, new tech. Oh, I'm excited. But then everything else, I'm like, I like the cinema. Like someone goes, let's do a different cinema. I'm like, no.
This one. It has to be this specific one.
I have my favourite cinema. Wait. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere else.
Hang on a minute. When you say, do we have to go to that cinema to go and see?
Nah, I have to go to any of the 3 that I like. I have 3. And then maybe one other, because it hosts good films.
You're the most high maintenance person I know. You're the most high maintenance guy. I feel so sorry for the women.
Yeah.
For any woman has to date you, it's like you could be more high maintenance than them.
Yeah, I think I am. I just try and be as sweet as possible. No, I am a sweet person. I don't know. I think with dates, I obviously like the dating game is all kind of strange. We've said with on dating apps, I don't know how I handle dates. I try and be. I'm just me, and as long as the person likes me, done.
But surely that's what you do on a date? You just be yourself.
Yeah.
You don't be.
It's all a bit weird though.
If you be something else you're not, then it's not. You're gonna get caught out.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and it just comes off. And most people can tell when you're being.
Yeah. I feel like I've had dates, not recently, but like you go on them and they're just like. Yeah, not recently.
Not recently.
I was going somewhere with that.
Joel playing a small violin in the corner, going.
I was going somewhere with that, but not then. Just I'm fully lonely. Like someone comes across like either like too cocky or something. They're hiding something. Like they're just trying to make up for something else. Like way cocky or way shy. I don't know. Like they're just trying to hide something. It feels really awkward. I like it when someone just goes in. They're like. This is me. Do you like me or not? Done. That's what I really like. If someone has that confidence in them, I love that. That's a big thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. A date where someone just goes, "Hey."
That was a weird segment there for that minute. That was a weird interaction.
Yeah.
It was just me. Yeah. Cool.
I mean. Our dating games again. I'm not gonna get into it now, but I'm sure we'll other things will come up. Once dates go fun, I'm sure we'll have fun stories. Like we're both on the apps. It'll be fun for the bands.
Yeah, I mean, I can. Have I any fun stories, dating stories I'm willing to share?
I'd love to hear a dating story.
I mean, I can't. None to in my head right up. Not. When your head goes blank, it got blank.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there's some that I'm okay with sharing.
Yeah.
But my head's just gone like, I don't know.
Okay.
What do you want?
That's fair. I've got. I
the lack of food's not helping.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I bet you're feeling a bit boozy.
A little
I'm
bit.
on my second drink already. You should smash that pint. Go on, neck it. I'm a terrible influence. This is awful. Oh, go on, actually do neck it though. It'd be really funny.
It's role reversal.
Yeah, this would actually be really funny. Please neck that drink. Yeah, I actually have no fun like dating stories. I haven't really been on any dates. Like legit, all my relationships in the past have all been like just go into a relationship then have dates after. They've never like dated to start, which is really weird.
Really?
Yeah, I've never really had that. So it's a whole new experience. It's a whole new ball game for me now.
Okay, so I don't think you've had a bad date then, by the sounds of it. That you never had that weird awkward date with someone. You're like, okay.
No, I mean I've had like dates. Yeah, like a little bit where I've like met with someone and it's just been like you haven't clicked with the person, but you know, like it's nice enough to hang out with them, and then just we won't do this again. I've had that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that
okay.
Yeah, I've never had like a date where I've hated the person I'm with. Well, I've only had I literally have had maybe 5 dates total, and multiple of those with the same person. So, yeah,
you come across like a right virgin.
Yeah, I know I am. That's totally fair. That's just how I'm gonna be.
See, that I'm not. When it comes to dating and everything else, I don't. It's more just hanging out with just me and the other person. That's generally how it starts. Yeah. And then at some point we hang out with each other's friends. We get boozy. A kiss happens. It kind of, and then it kind of happens normally for me. That's how it happens naturally. Mm. And then at some point the conversation happens where you have to go like, so are we a thing? Is this a thing? Is this not a thing? I don't like.
Is that after a few dates? You're not saying that after like a kiss.
Well, no, after you've after like you've hanged out, you've done the dirty deed once or twice and everything else. You're like, okay, this is fun. I like hanging out with you. This is a fun time and everything else. And you kind of go like, so are we a thing?
Weird.
I feel like we're a thing.
I feel like I normally say we're a thing before get with someone. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I don't know. I'm not going to go into that.
No, it all depends. Like sometimes it's obvious that you're a thing.
Yeah,
normally because normally when I say it's obvious, she goes, "This is my boyfriend." And it's like, oh, okay, we're a thing now. It's like,
that's fair. I mean, that's a nice way for it to happen, though, right? You just say to someone, like the other person says it, done. Like it's just, oh yes.
Sometimes
or no.
I don't know that when that happens, I've had 2 instances where it's been like, oh, okay, this is nice. Yeah, fair enough. It's a thing. We are a thing. It's what I wanted. And there's other times where I'm like completely off guard. Like, and this is my boyfriend. Like, wait, we what now?
Or too early. Just dropped it way too early.
I mean, we've done stuff, but I mean,
jeez.
Okay, we're a thing now.
Okay.
Oh my god, we're a thing now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, oh, I'm not ready for that.
The thing is, I've never come across that. You're much more versed in this dating world than I am, so your story's gonna be much more entertaining. I'm so clueless with it all. Literally so clueless. I'm just slowly wandering around the world and just being like, oh, I like this person.
I think that's how most people work.
Yeah.
But I'm strange that you've never done the dating thing before.
Yeah.
You kind of like, I like you, will you go out with me? Sweet. Great. I guess we go on dates now.
Yeah. Literally, I've been dating or with someone. I've been with someone and then gone on dates, like taken them out afterwards. Literally, since lockdown has been my first date. Oh, no. Actually, my second girlfriend, I went on date before we were boyfriend, girlfriend. But that literally was, I like this person. Do you want to go? I took her to the cinema. First date. Great. Top lad. Am I right? Best first date.
I feel like cinema is a really lame. If you just do cinema, it's lame. If cinema and meal is a standard, it's a standard safe bet.
Yeah.
Because you can watch the movie. If the movie's trash, you can both talk about the over meal. You can talk about how crap the movie is or how good the movie is and everything else. It's a good conversation starter, especially if you're not sure what the person is and everything else. I feel that's how. Just don't eat popcorn because it all gets stuck in your teeth.
No, I knew the person really well. We didn't do that afterwards. I just went to the cinema, then we just talked afterwards, and then we just like met up again afterwards, and we were like, all right, we're boyfriend girlfriend now. Like, that was it.
Yeah, that's a bad date.
You don't talk during it. It's terrible. But at the time, I thought I was all cool, you know. And I actually remember this date so clearly now. Now I'm thinking about it because I was so awkward. You know me. I'm a different man. I can kind of, pull it off, but I'm still just.
He's even more awkward.
I'm even more awkward. Now that I'm talking about it even more, it's even more awkward. I legit used to go. Well, no, right now I feel like I'm so. Hey, look, this is me. Apologies if you don't like me. I feel like I apologize way too much.
Yeah, I don't think apology is a good thing.
No, definitely not. I'm trying to reduce that. But at my first date, I went to the cinema and I used to free run all the time. So I had gone to this station, like this. I'd worn jeans. I never used to wear jeans either. Hated them. I used to wear tracksuit bottoms everywhere. So I wore jeans. This was a big deal. So I was like free running, climbing around like this metal pole, like near the station to like get to the station. Just being, I'm gonna go to the station and meet this girl there. And it was muck. It hadn't been cleaned like above. So my hands had like all this like black muck on them. And then I'd like wiped it on my jeans. And then I was like, now I've got black muck all over my jeans. My hands were still awful. I go to sit next to this girl. She's like, oh, do you, like, almost went to hold my hand. And I like pulled my hand away. And I was just like, oh yeah, no, I need to go to the cinema. I need to go wash my hands.
That's so bad.
That was my first ever date, and I wouldn't hold her hand, because I was like, "No, it's lucky.
What, your first ever date ever?
Yeah, it's my first ever date ever.
Everyone's first date ever is awful.
Cringe,
I remember my first date ever.
Yeah, go on, please.
Specifically,
please, go.
Like, it was awkward. We went to the cinema.
Yeah.
Can't remember what the hell we watched, but I literally just sat there like, what do I do? I don't know. Literally, I mean, I think she she was clearly expecting something more, like at least a hand, like a holding hand thing or something.
About to say hand job.
But I was like,
it's like
no, holding hands, or no, arm around shoulders, it's something. I just sat there like, I do have no idea what the heck's going on, but at all, like, I don't know.
Yeah, fair.
What do you want me to do? I have no idea what to do. Do you want to hold hands? How do I signal that I want to hold your hand?
How old are you at this point? That's what I want to know. Because actually, I'll tell you how old I was on my first date as well. Because that'd be cringe.
I was 12.
Oh, I don't want to say how old I was.
How old were you?
I don't want to say anymore.
15?
I wish.
16.
17.
Oof.
Yeah. Wait, was I 17? It was 16 or 17. It was around that age. It was sixth form. I was first year.
Really?
Sixth form.
Nah, see that? Nah. First day was.
Oh no, wait. So no, wait. It was 16. It was 16, but I was almost 17. So I started dating in like December or something. And so it was early sixth form.
Awkward.
Yeah. I was cringe at that
Super
point.
awkward.
I was so cringe. I can't believe looking back on me, I'm like, damn, I was cringe.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, let's move on this. I feel uncomfortable now because of this. Let's move. I wanted to bring up a couple of questions. I actually ran past one at you on the pub earlier, so I mean we can bring it up now and discuss if you want.
Boom, go.
Oh yeah, do you want that one first, and then I'll do one other.
If you want.
Done. Yeah, cool. I've got two questions. These were kind of fun. Where I wanted to say, like, for £1 million, would you every single time you lie, your hand shrunk by 1 millimeter?
But just one hand or both?
Both hands shrunk by 1 millimeter every time you lie. We're talking white lies. Like, we're talking every lie. As long as you are disagreeing with yourself about anything. Like, if you're like, so you look nice in that dress, and you're like, damn, she looks bad in that dress. That's 1 millimeter shrunk. If you're just saving your own butt.
That's a really tough call.
£1 million.
Because the thing is, you think about every single thing is as well as that amount of times where you meet someone for the first time and you like them, and you start dating the first time, like, I love this band. You go like, I like that band too. Okay. If you, there's a lot of white, like, when you meet someone and everything else, it's like when.
Here's one. Let me say.
Because a good example is I dated
to something and you say you like it. That's fair. It's if you're fully against something. If you're against something and say you like it. If it is an actual lie. If you're like, oh, I've heard that band once or twice. I have no feelings towards it, and you say, oh, I like that too. I'm gonna give you a fair game on that.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I'll be honest. What I was referring to is that I once dated a girl. And she was like, oh yeah, I love football. I was like, great, I like football too. We can go and see football matches. She went, yeah. Started going out for a bit and everything else. It was quite clear she's never watched a football match. She had no idea what it was like. You've never. I took her to see. I took her to see Dagenham Redbridge, and it was like, so you. Yeah, no, because I'm not going to spend ridiculous money on Tottenham Hotspur and everything else.
Totally fair.
That's fucking insane. I was like, well, I'll take her to Dagenham Redbridge and everything else. It's what she does. She was like, she was like, so what's happening now? I'm like, it's football. They're kicking the ball.
It's half time. What do you mean? Nothing's happening.
Why are you asking me questions? It's like, and she got flagged offside. She went, I don't understand what's happening. Went, it's offside.
Oh.
What's that? It's like, you don't watch football, do you? She went, no, it's cool.
She was just trying to impress
I appreciate. Oh no, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that a lot, but it's a clear line. She's like, no, I can't.
But a hand shrunk by 1 millimeter. Yeah. So how would you feel about that? Because I feel like it's hard to. Because think about it. I lie a lot in day-to-day life. I lie all the time. To every little thing.
Everyone lies a lot. Yeah, everyone lies a lot.
It's so common, and normally it's the there is so many situations where lying is the better outcome, right?
We sound like horrible people, but yeah.
No, 100%. Little white lies definitely. To save people's feelings for any reason, and I mean, anyone listening that knows me, literally it's so easy to do. Like lying just comes easily to so many people.
Sometimes that sometimes like it's even like, for example, someone goes. A good example is in a political scenario when someone's saying something politically. You don't agree with it, but for a fact it's just easier just to go like, yes, I agree, which is technically a lie because you don't.
Yeah. If you
but it's easier to it's easier to say that it's I agree, it's awful. You say this thing just because you don't want it to become. Normally, when people meet up, it's a night out and there's a bit of booze and everything else, stuff like that. You don't want to disagree because things, especially when booze is involved, things get out of hand really quickly. Definitely. People misinterpret things. And a lot of people, when it comes to politics, I feel like when it comes to talk about politics, you have to have really close friends who and you've got to be willing to open mind and willing to think that the person has a valid point at least. Yeah, so you listen. It's got to be a conversation.
Opinions, and I think that's great to have across.
But it's risky.
Would you not say though? I don't think I agree with other people's opinions when I disagree with them. I think I say, okay, we'll agree to disagree. So I actually wouldn't lie about that. I just say I agree to disagree. I think we've done that plenty of times. I just tell you, hey, I'm done with this conversation now. Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah. But that's because we and you know each other.
I feel like I'm like that with a lot of people.
But a lot of people, but all you need is one person to be like, no. One person says no, and they're going to keep fighting it and everything else. Eventually, they want you to agree, and eventually you have to be like, yes, okay, you're right, I'm wrong. Even though it's not
to always have to tell the truth. If you always let's say £1 million, but you could actually never physically lie. How's that? Is that an even better deal? Like you actually have to be so brutally honest or really good at talking around a question that you actually could never. That'd be really fun. You would ruin a lot of people's friendships.
I would take that. I would take that because it'd be so much fun.
It would be ridiculous. Because I feel like so much fun. Hard. It'd be hard. Because to lie to clients, every job does it all the time. Don't you just white lie to clients or something? They're just like, oh, I in sales, the white lie is like, oh, I've been there, or oh, that's lovely. I love hearing about your holidays or whatever they are.
I don't want to listen to your holiday and it stinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Barcelona, in the words of Joel, Barcelona's trash.
Barcelona is trash. And when people tell me about Barcelona and they say I should go, I'm always like, it's just a flaming hot trash pile. Please stop telling me to go there. It's ridiculous.
Clearly I have to go on my own.
Yeah, but
every time I suggest it, you go like, fuck you.
That's so interesting. Imagine you couldn't. That would be so funny. It actually would be hilarious. Because the amount of times that as we said, we lie all the time. Imagine if you just couldn't. I'd take it. I would take the million. 1,000,000%. Yeah. I think it'd be so funny.
How much money do you want to bet? People listening to this going like, so is this friendship between these two guys built on lies? The answer is yes.
Yeah. Well, every friendship
me and Joel feel like we know. I think me and Joel know everything about each other, But at the same time, we know nothing about each other because we don't know what's the truth and what's the lie.
No, I'm super truthful and open to all my friends. It's you just have those white lies. I don't think I lie heavily.
Apart from me.
Yeah, apart from you.
Apart from me, because you know.
What's the point of lying heavily about yourself? Especially, like, yeah. Anyway, I'm glad we both take that. I think that's kind of funny. And I had one more. I know we're kind of pushing over the podcast time now. I can leave it till next time, or should we just go for it? I'm kind of vibing right now.
Do you want to? I'm vibing it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's not stick to a strict time. I kind of like we.
Yeah. I like us just
play by ear.
I had so much to talk about, like literally. Oh, I've got the funny story about that. I told you to text me as well. That's rolling over. All right. Anyway, the question. Actually, me and Sean drove the other day, and I was like, "Oh, Sean, I've got a great question. I've got a great story anecdote for the podcast. Can you take my phone and text?" I don't know why it was the wrong way around. I was like, "Can you just text me from your phone?" Sorry. This story, like these few words, so that I remember to write it down and talk to you about it on the next podcast. And now I'm going to ignore that story fully. Anyway,
tune in next week.
For more stories. No, the other one I was going to say. So I was listening to another podcast, and it really intrigued me. And they spoke weirdly about a couple of things, but one of the things they said is, I'd love to know what happens in the afterlife. Is it, they had this whole rant about it, and I was like, kind of sick. But here's one that I'd like to ask you. So what is the worst way you'd die? I think we've said this before. What is the worst
way to die?
You could die? Because mine's drowning.
Long, slowly, and painful.
Long, slowly.
I don't think there's a good way of dying.
No,
I think that people go, what's the worst way? It's like, well, worst indicates there's a good way. I don't think there's a one. Dying sounds pretty shit either way. Yeah. To be perfectly honest,
let's say
dying doesn't sound fun.
Let's say what's the most painful? Like either like you're getting cut up or something, or I don't know, like a horrific way to die.
I think drowning's pretty bad. People say burning.
Yeah.
Probably the thing with burning is that you either pass out from pain, or if you're in a burning building, you pass out because of lack of oxygen anyway. Yeah.
So let's say, all right. So let's say drowning. Let's say if you think drowning. But so all right, you wake up in the morning and you just get drowned. You start drowning. All right, you just fall in the ocean. You're drowning.
Well, that's shit.
You have that entire day to experience the afterlife. If it's just pure blackness, let's say if there's a God, you go to heaven. Like literally, it is the afterlife. You know it for sure. And then the next day you wake up in your bed, fully fine, no lacerations, no nothing. But you know for a fact that's what the afterlife is. Would you do it?
Yeah.
You do it? You would experience death?
Yep.
That's kind of sick.
I would do
You would drown? You would literally experience drowning to see what happened in the afterlife? Yeah. Because then you'd have the answers forever. I kind of agree.
I would literally have the answers, but the point is no one will believe you, but I will know the answers. I'll take privilege from knowing the answers. I can tell someone, like, this is what happens, and they'll be like, you're lying. It's like,
do you think you would, like... Do you think if you could tell people, would you think you'd change your life? Would you like do different things knowing what afterlife is?
Probably would be, depending what it is.
If there was a heaven and they were like, yo, kill yourself now, you can just come up here sooner, mate.
It depends what heaven.
Depends what heaven.
We grew up in a Christian country, so we presume that heaven's God, Jesus, flying angels,
and
all that stuff and everything else. But I mean, the Hindus could get it right. The Buddhists could be right. Everyone could be fucking wrong. Yeah. I don't know what it's like, to be fair. I don't know what heaven, if there is something like heaven and everything else. We don't know what it's like. A random
campsite tripping on mushrooms could be right when he's just splitting all that rubbish.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it's that answer to the afterlife is the reason why my attitude to religion is I literally do not care.
Okay.
But I'm not an atheist because I don't believe in nothing, as it were. I don't believe in religion. It's more the case of I don't care. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
So I feel like when most people pick a religion because of the afterlife thing.
I think it's a good moral thing, but yeah, 100% is. The afterlife idea is so comforting to people.
Yeah, well, the moral thing you should, yeah, I mean, I like to think that if there is a heaven, of any kind or anything else. They'll judge me on my personality and my actions and everything else, not because some person wrote in a book like, oh yeah, you can't eat shrimp, you can't eat pork, you can't eat this. It's like I'm pretty sure that's not
can't eat mussels.
Gonna yeah. We wrote that down 12 times and forget about it, but gay people only 3 times. That's wrong.
I was gonna say, I think that's it. We can't eat bottom feeders. Like, written down a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's so many times it's mentioned.
So good.
And every single Christian person I know eats oysters or eats some short form oysters. Of bottom feeders.
Love oysters. Love so mussels. Good. Seafood platter.
I like crab. But do you prefer crab or do you prefer lobster?
I prefer lobster.
Yeah.
I went to Cromer the other day.
I prefer crab.
And ate crab.
I think it's more flavour.
It's nice, but I prefer lobster.
No, so I think crabs have more flavour.
Crabs used to be the poor man's food, didn't they? No, sorry. Lobsters. Lobsters used to be poor man's food.
No, I don't think so. Oysters used to be...
No. Lobsters used to be fed to prisoners, and they actually had to have a reason to... They had to reduce the amount of lobster given to prisoners in America because they were giving too much of one food and it wasn't nutritious enough. They were overfished and used to be poor man's food, and a bit of marketing's thrown them into high end. Guaranteed. Look that up.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know lobsters were. Yeah. I think oysters used to be, and mussels used to be as well.
Did they? I guess that'd be like sailor ports.
Quite a lot of seafood used to be peasant food.
Yeah.
Because it's, you can own a patch of seawater and everything else, but then nothing is in it. Then nothing's in it. It's all about it's free to grab, isn't it?
Yeah, it's free to grab. I guess if you have a sheep, no one's allowed to nick your sheep.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it's all like land-based food, land-based food, land-based meat. Well, no, you could eat people from crocodiles.
Oh yeah, true.
In Africa. There's a place in Africa where you can go to McDonald's and get a crocodile burger.
Oh really?
And I don't know whereabouts that is, but I know that's a thing. And I was like, I kind of want to go there.
Yeah.
Just to have McDonald's, which is a strange thing. Because I actually don't. Do you actually like McDonald's? That's a question. Are we really running over time?
We're at 43 minutes now. Sorry, we'll go to an hour. We have 7 minutes left. Do I like McDonald's?
All right. Do you actually like McDonald's? Because I'll be honest, I don't think I
like nuggets.
Every time I have it, I'm a little bit disappointed. It's fun it's nice when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
It's nice where it's like I'm hungry and it's basically especially when I'm working outside. It's cold. It's been raining.
Yeah.
And I want something warm. And the only thing that's cheap and affordable is Mackie D's.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'll have a Mackie D's. It's warm.
Yeah.
It warms me up. It's like, oh yes, but I don't actually like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that good. I don't think it's good food.
Kind of
the benefit of it is it's quick.
Tasteless, isn't it?
I'm hungry. It's super quick. Yeah. That is why I like it.
Yeah.
And actually, that was it. When lockdown ended and people were like queuing for McDonald's.
Oh no, that's so
I was
sad.
like, literally, the only benefit of this food is that it is quick. You are you're reducing the benefit to zero. Like, no one enjoys this food, right? No one's like, I can't wait for a 99p hamburger.
Yeah,
right?
I think the one thing I will say is this, in defense of those people, is that because I was not queuing up for Mackie D's. I stand up with you.
No, yeah.
I mean, I
defriend
I'm not queuing up for McDonald's and everything else, but when I started working again and everything else, as soon as the lockdown started to ease up, and I went back to work and everything else, I think on a Friday, I brought back a fish and chips.
Okay, fair.
Okay, and that's not healthy, but any stretch of the imagination, it's probably on par with Mackie D's, or if not a little bit healthier.
Very unhealthy, but it's still fun.
It was absolutely banging. Yeah. It's so nice to have something different, because the stuff you cook at home is different to what you order. When you eat takeaways and stuff like that. It's
but
like,
how much do fish and chips cost you?
Not a lot.
Like £7 in London.
£8. Originally in London, it was the one where you live.
Oh yeah, sick. Okay, cool. So from where I live then. So what is it like? What portion chips £2, fish £5 or something? So £7 overall. Yeah, £7.
For each person, yeah. So yeah, it's about Yeah, about 30 quid.
Okay, yeah.
Because it was for 4 people.
Yeah, for 4 people, yeah, 30 quid. Makes sense. About 7.50 each. So, yeah, if you got a McDonald's, though, you're talking £4 each, £4.50, maybe £5. When you get a meal, like Big Mac meal, it's £5.30 or something, right?
Yeah, but
it is cheaper.
Yeah, but it is cheaper, but I don't think it's as special.
No, I don't think it is either. I'm just saying, like, fast food, if you're taking takeaway, you can see the benefit. Like, you can see it's cheap and fast.
Yeah, but I don't see McDonald's as, like, something special.
No.
People, like, rave over it. I really don't get it. I was like, for me, it's like, a takeaway is meant to be something like, it's something that I want. If I want a burger, a really nice burger, I'll cook it at home.
Yeah.
Or I'll go to a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
I can, they're the two. I'm not gonna cook it. I'm not gonna cook an Indian curry in my own house. I don't know how to cook an Indian curry well.
Oh, you don't cook curry? I love mate. I can make curry.
Yeah,
not as good as the locals.
Yeah,
but
exactly. So I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Actually,
same with Chinese food. I'm not. I can cook a good Chinese thing. Yeah. It's Chinese based, but I wouldn't call it Chinese food because it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the actual with McDonald's, I wouldn't say it's special either. But when McDonald's Monopoly is on, or when the spicy nugs came in, mate. Oh, you know I was ordering a 20 share box of those spicy nugs immediately. Day one.
Mate, we've been on nights out, but we've ordered like 3 meals each for ourselves after a night out, and it's
I just order nugs. I order a share box of nugs to myself every time. That's it. Share box of nugs and a drink. I don't order anything else.
No, I've seen you order like 3 box of nuggets.
No, I just ordered a share box.
Out. You completely wasted.
Well, I've never done that. I ordered 1 box of 20 nugs, a drink, and sometimes a McFlurry as well. That's my go-to. It's my go-to every time. I love 20 share box nugs. That's so good. My nuggies.
Do you remember that time we was out seeing that MCR cover band?
Yes, I do. Yeah, where was that? Islington? Yeah, it was Islington. Angel Islington. Sick little gig.
Islington went to this great venue. I think
I like both of them.
Yeah, it was a great venue.
There's venue 1 and 2 there, and that was venue 2 was the smaller one. But venue 1's lovely. I really like venue 1.
I've never been to venue 1. I've only been to venue 2.
Yeah. Venue 2's a smaller one, but it's still very nice.
Anyway, Joel was smashed.
Yeah, it was pretty battered.
You were completely nutty. We met you, me and my friend, we met Joel at the pub. It's like, how many pints have you had at this point?
I was 3 down.
He was 3 down, and then he didn't really stop, but just kept the number kept getting higher and higher and higher. Yeah. And he went straight into the bar.
We got into the venue, and we got late because I was finishing my 3rd pint. And then I started drinking immediately in the other venue.
Yeah, it wasn't a good. Well, it was good. It was a great time. It was brilliant.
At the end, I remember you guys. I was like pushing through the crowd, obviously as a drunk guy does, like carrying you guys, being like, yeah, like just pulling you
were
through
buzzing.
The crowd.
You were so.
I'm not gonna lie. Everywhere, I was nuts.
I was party jealous, but how much of a buzz you had on, and I had none.
I had a serious buzz.
You had a serious buzz, and it's My Chemical Romance and For That Boy. It's like it's your music.
Yeah, I was sweating. Your bullets. I was so sweaty, jumping around like a lunatic. I remember coming out of the gig feeling great.
And then the down happened.
Then I had greasy nuggets and felt very sick.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Well,
ideal. It was.
You felt rough anyway, and you were like, I feel a bit rough. I drank too much. Yeah. I know what.
You smashed 20 nuggets.
You ate 20, and you literally devoured 20 nuggets. I've never seen. It's like your jaw unhinged, like a python. You went.
Yeah, it's like my prey. The 20 nuggets is my prey. It's like a chicken.
Yeah, and then literally you just sat there with like. I
felt terrible. I felt so awful.
You felt so bad. He was like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all.
Mate, just looked me in the eye and was just like, "Are you okay, Joel?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah, but the thing is, what was funny was like, it'll pass, and eventually you're doing that weird like, the when you know when someone's gonna like, it's gonna be a bad time for everyone. You're kind of like doing that weird like half burping, hiccuping, vomiting thing.
Yeah, do that little rock,
and
a little rock back and forth of like, oh, my tummy don't feel good.
Yeah, you started doing that thing, and I know she was like, Joel, just do what you need to do, man. It's gonna happen. So basically, like me on the weekend, it was like I drank I think a bottle of half Prosecco doesn't agree with me very well. I need to. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Yeah. I need to do what I need to do and just do it.
Yep. Yeah. You need to sort yourself out. Anyway, all right. Let's wrap up the podcast there.
We're going to leave on a sick story.
Yeah. You had a great time on the weekend throughout, but we all made it back alive. We all done all right. It was a good old weekend. Good catching up with everyone. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for listening, everyone. It's our 26th, half a year. How mad. We actually will do something special coming up, I think. We're going to have like a fun podcast, do videos maybe at some point. Still stuff in the books, really. But thanks so much for listening, as always. Follow us on social medias. You know the drill. It's all in the bottom. Oh, Shauna, do you have a song that you've been listening to this week?
A song? Oh, I do have a song.
Yeah? You don't have to name it. Just drop me the link.
I won't name it. I won't name it. I will send it to you. By the way, God, that's the thing I need to talk to you about. That song. That song reputation. What was that? Did you play on the whole daddy thing?
What's that? Oh yeah, do you like that? Did you listen to it? I'm so glad.
I listened to it and I was like, what's wrong with Joel?
That is such a sick song. If no one has listened to the song that I recommended last week, it is on our Facebook, it is on our Instagram. It is so funny. Oh my god. As you can see, it's a daddy theme. And yeah,
it's crazy.
This one's gonna be. I don't know. I'm gonna vary. Like, you guys are gonna have to wait. Like, sometimes they're gonna be bangers. Sometimes they're gonna be hella cringe. You gotta wait up. Listen up. Sean's will probably always be good. Listen to those.
It'll be varied, but it'll be good.
Yeah. Thanks so much again, and we'll drop the links down below. Mine is actually gonna be Real Sun. Can I Get a Witness? Banging song. That's what mine's gonna be. I'm going to drop it in the link.
I don't know mine yet. There's a few. I've been listening to a few.
Your favourite. Just drop it for the week. This one's an actual banger, I promise. All right, take it easy, lads. Thanks so much again. Au revoir.
Boom.